Good evening, folks. So, flying is about to happen. Hopefully, all the way up to Washington. The Beaver is currently in Bend, Oregon, and I'm gonna take it from the municipal airport in Bend and follow the valley. I'm gonna fly VFR for now, but that might very well change as I get into Washington. So I'm gonna cross the Columbia River, may or may not stop by the miracle that is Green Acres 7 Oscar Romeo 6. No, I may not. The Hood River Airport reports 320 at 13, gusting 19er wind. That's going to give me a tailwind. Now, I might very well skip that, but I'll think about it. Then I'll be in Washington. Fly past Mount Adams and Mount Rainier. If I feel like it, I will drop into Ranger Creek in this valley here. Beautiful bush airport. And head up to the north of Seattle and land at Paine Field, which is currently marginal VFR. And it looks like it's gonna deteriorate. So that's nice. But I'll get on with Seattle approach and request a Popup-IFR into Paine Field if I need it. Probably do that. It's going to be dark 30 by the time I get there, because it's dusk already here at Bend. So with that in mind, I will get going because I know that I have a penchant for faffing around. So what I will do now, before I start walking around, I'll just take all the fuel. It's pretty reasonably priced here at Bend. And I'm going a long ways, so I am going to take tip tanks, as you see, which will unbalance the plane. So full fuel, all that stuff in the plane will give me a pretty heavy plane and a very aft CG, which is something I always love to have. Anyway, walkies. Let's see here. Master on, confirm. Aux tanks are full. Main tanks are full. Plane is cold. So I didn't mean to close the door. I'm gonna take the flaps down for the walk around. And yes, I'll do that. Very quick walk around, get it done. Breakers are out. Oil, yeah, I'm gonna need oil. That's why I'm going to Paine Field. I'm going to have the plane serviced at Kenmore Air, which is situated at Paine Field. I'm also going to help Thomas, another PilotEdge pilot and streamer, with fixing up his Beaver, which is there for service after his, well, not so happy landing in West Oregon a couple of weeks ago. Let's just say the Beaver got wet. Oh yes. No shush. So all this looks good. So my plane is reasonably in good shape, but it does need an oil change and a few other bits and bobs, which I will deal with when I get up there. Okay, walk around finished. So, beacon on. Get the flaps up so I can see what's what. Okay. It's clear for now. Okay, I didn't choose a tank. I will. So here's the deal. I have tip tanks are full. They drain into the front tank. So I will start with the front tank. And I will take fuel pressure up. And it's about 10 degrees. So I think 5 squirts of prime will do. That's 5, I think. So, again, clear prop. I can actually see the rudder working. Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot about ignition. Yeah, very good. Oil pressure has come up. I'll let the plane sit at this low idle here for a minute. Let the oil start circulating and get a little bit of temp to it. While it's doing that, I'll button up the plane and do so. I'll do the control check here. So up, down, elevator, up, and down, and I saw the shadow of the rudder. I'm gonna recheck it during my run-up anyway. Bend reports wind calm, wind stability 10, clear below 12, temperature 8, dew point -8, altimeter 3030. That's that. Okay, I can bring up the idle somewhat here. That gets me 3,460. 3,459. That's pretty close, I'd say. Wind being calm, I will go straight out Alpha 3 to the runway 34 and depart straight out. So there is some airspace to deal with here. Just to the north of Bend, there's the Robertsfield Delta. It tops at 5,600 feet. So I'll keep that in mind. I might either go around or above it. Okay, let me get this going. And I'll set 5,600 in the altitude reminder, just so I have some reference. I might very well be able to climb above it, but we'll see. Okay, so Seattle Saturn 126.15. So in case I want to talk to ATC immediately. 126.15. See if I can hear them on the ground. Probably not, but I will have a listen. There we have them, indeed. That's fine. All right. Sunset is at 0029er Zulu. That's in 15 minutes, so I better get going. The airplane is almost ready for run-up anyway. So landing lights, so I have something to taxi by. That's Alpha 4. Should be Alpha 3 according to my map here, but I'll take it regardless. Bend traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha taxiing runway 34 will be entering from Alpha 3 or Alpha 4. Midfield. Bend. So gotta remember the plane is very heavy now with all that fuel. So I will be expecting it to be somewhat sluggish. Actually, I will change my plan. I will go full length. Bend traffic, Beaver 5 Alpha, change of plan, will be going full length, taxiing runway 34, Bend. Not because I need all the runway, but because it's not that far to taxi. The plane is not yet warm enough for the run-up, and that'll just give me at least some margin. Now that's a lovely sound, isn't it? Well, I'm not gonna bend the Beaver. Or am I? Let's hope not. Try to be careful about not going too far without doing a few S-turns to have a look what's going on. Okay, there we are. So that time was well invested. Now the engine is warming up for the run-up. Bend traffic, Beaver 5 for Alpha holding short, runway 34. Bend. So, run up. Okay, that's warmed up. Let's do the mags. Left one is fine. Right one is fine. All that Postflight is set. Let's check this. So left rudder should make the plane lean to the right. It does. Right. Leaning to the left. Perfect. Flaps coming down. And check for carb ice. Also check for planes in the pattern. So it's right traffic for, let's see here. Looks like there's right traffic for all the runways. So if someone is landing on runway 34, they will be right in front of me here. So that will be the right downwind, the right base, and the right final. Okay, no carb ice at least, so that's good. I will leave the flaps at this here because that's kind of good for a slow climb with a heavy plane. So let's do a quick check here. So the taxiway that I had planned to use for departure Alpha 3 is 1,800 feet downrange. So I think I'll be fine with saying that that's my decision point. So if not airborne by that, I will abort. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, trim set, rudder trim is set. When I say engine is in green, I'm thinking mostly about cylinder head temps and pressures. The oil, when taking off for the first time at least, usually is around 50 to 60 degrees. That's fine. It's yellow, but that's kind of to be expected. I don't want to sit around waiting for that to be in the green because that takes forever. Suction is good enough. It should come up. It's charging, and I have battery. Good. Okay, again, final is clear. And the departure looks clear. Right. Bend traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha taking off, runway 34, straight out departure. Bend. Strobes, so all this is on, it's fine. Always exciting to take off with a very, very heavy plane. Headed for Paine Field in North Washington State, where the weather is going to be very different from here. Okay, this looks very good. Beautiful. Okay, let's run the engine up here. Okay, looks good. Takeoff power set. The engine is in the green. And it's slowly building up the speed here. Okay, let's find a center line of some sort. And lots of right rudder here as I get the nose down. Here comes that taxiway. And off we go. Let's power back slightly here. Okay, so coming up very soon now is that Delta airspace. So just for fun, I will keep some climb flaps and I will leave it in the yellow power range here. See if I can outclimb that Delta. So 4,000, so I have 1,600 feet to go before I need to be up, before I'm above it. Bend traffic, Beaver 524 Alpha, upwind runway 34. Climbing through 4,200, departing the air to the north. Bend. It's very rapidly getting dark out here. With a lovely set of volcanoes in the background. Feet to go. Yeah, should be fine. Should probably get some instrument lights going here so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm also going to take this light up here. This is my little hack for this plane. This little light here will not disturb my night vision very much, but it will be just give me enough light on the panel here to be able to see the flap indicator in case I want to start descending or doing any landings. Okay, so passing 6,000. So with a mile or two to spare for the Roberts Field Delta airspace. So that's going to be fine. Take 6,500 for now as a cruise altitude. Might have to get higher soonish, but for now it's fine. Then flaps up, then I can power back. So, am I missing anything here? Engine is fine. It's heating up as expected. I can, yeah, I can leave the lights as they are for now. Let's have a look at this. Is something. Toying with some camera shortcuts So to my right here is Redmond Municipal Airport. And in the far distance we have the state of Washington. I see that I'm unconsciously keeping a bit of a climb in here. I have a feeling that I want to be at 8,500. Yeah, let's just go there for safety. And perhaps better wind? I'm not sure. I haven't consciously decided, or rather, I haven't consciously checked. Let's see what Preflight reports for wind here. Well, I'm gonna stay low. There's much more headwind higher up. So 6,500 it is for now, at least. What I'll do is I'll plot some airports in my flight plan here, just for, or in the GPS, so that I have something to navigate for with the GPS. The next big-ish airfields, I think I can already see it above my cowling here. I see some lights up here. Is a Madras Municipal Sierra Tree, so I'll put that in. Sierra Tree set, and I'll go direct. And the next one, which will be, I think I'll actually go to, as I said in the beginning, I was considering Green Acres Airfield, but the wind in the area really disallows that, so I'm gonna just forgo that. But I'm gonna set a plan to go to the Dallas Columbia Gorge Regional Airport. Kilo Delta Lima Sierra. Kilo Delta Lima Sierra. Set. That's a very good place to stop if that's needed. That's also going to take me to the east of the big volcanoes, like Mount Adams and Gilbert Peak and some of the other ones. And the next one after that might very well be... I'm going to set Teton State. I'm not going to go there because it's not lit. It's a grass field, but it's a good good waypoint to have. That is 4 Sierra 6. Beautiful airfield for, by the way. 4 Sierra 6 Teton State. Excellent. And then I'm going to take in Ranger Creek 2-1 Whiskey. Whiskey. After that, it's basically direct Everett. Yeah, Paine Field. Kilo Papa. Getting wind here. Papa Alpha Echo. Snohomish County, Everett, Washington. Perfect. 225 miles from my current location. No, actually it's from... Yes, I think it is. Yes, it is. I had neglected to put it in, put Teton State into the Preflight. Now they agree. Perfect. see how this looks now. Yeah, I can do better than that. Excellent. Ooh, yeah, as I said that, the lights just went out. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, not that different. Anyway. So it's not that I'm using the GPS for the primary navigation. Maybe I am, but it's at least that it's a good sanity check. Let's just see that everything is sorted out here. It's going to be a bit of a dark stream, I guess. That's just how it goes sometimes. The winter is upon us, and the sun will be setting. So if I'm going to be flying in daylight in this part of the world, I need to start the flying earlier, and I tend to gravitate towards flying rather late at night for some reason. Kind of procrastinating. I want to fly the whole day, and when I finally have time for it, I kind of sit around not flying, which is a monstrous paradox of humankind. You know, I know that we all do this, sitting around. Having time to do what we want and then not doing it. So coming up is Madras Municipal Airport. Which, in addition to the runway that you actually can see, that is parallel to my course here, there's a more or less perpendicular one, unlit, and it's yeah, it's actually in the symbol for the airport. It's very, very short, slightly paved, I think, maybe not even that. Yes, it is paved. So the big one, the 1634, then one you can see here, is 5,000 feet of good asphalt. The other one is 0422 of fair asphalt, 2,700 feet. Actually has weather report. Wind calm, wind visibility 10, clear below 12, temperature 5, dew point -5, altimeter 3029er, which I will set. And yeah, good. since I'm flying at night and might be autopiloting and be slightly not paying quite as much attention as I should. You never know, might happen. I just put the foreflight to report hazards. So that you can probably not see that, but on the screen here, let me just see if I can. No, it's too dark, and when I pull it up, it's going to be too bright. So anyway, actually, you can probably see it. Yeah, so you see this red stash over here. That's the Mount Adams, which is going to be colored now in red because it's below, or it's above my level of flight. So it's just a way of, you know, highlighting any terrain that I might be flying into. Not going to be very applicable, at least not yet, but the course of the flight might very well be the case that I fly close to terrain that I cannot see, because I will be in the clouds or above clouds, in the complete darkness. So lovely. And it's going to be even better in X-Plane 11. The atmosphere in X-Plane 11 is absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if I can see something here. So that's the main runway at Madras Municipal. You see the beacon rotating around there. And there is an unlit runway, somewhat off of the 134 and around here. Continue following this. There's a slight valley here. It's possibly not very easy to see. I cannot even see it, but it's there's a slight valley going up to the north here, up to the Columbia River. So we're following that, but I'm not sure if I like to stay at 6,500 much longer. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold out until I get to the Dalles at when I'm crossing into Washington. But when I'm getting into Washington, I really need to climb, because that's when the real terrain starts building up. Let's see, do I have any contact with Seattle Center still? Should we have even better reception now? Might actually get flight following. 126.15. Do it that way. Do it on the COM1 radio. Yeah, let's do that. That's gonna be safer. Let's see, where am I? Who am I? Where am I going? Let's put in the nearest VOR here. It's the the Dallas, isn't it? No. What is that? DSD. What is that? Deschutes-VR. Now, I'm gonna take the Click-It-Tat. Is that what it's called? Click-It-Tat. Click-It-Tat. And I'm 5 miles to the south of the Click-It-Tat VR. Seattle Center, Beaver 524 Echo Alpha is 5 miles south of the Click-It-Tat VOR, flight following to Paine Field at 8,500. Tree 746 Beaver 524 Alpha. Tree 746. Okay, good reception. Nice. So he's gonna take me at 6,600 feet if we still 5 miles to the south of the Click-It-Tat VR and 3 miles north of the Deschutes VR. Position checks and 3032 Beaver 5 for Alpha. Good. And I said 8,500 because at this light, with this light, I cannot stay this low, so I'm gonna climb. And I'm gonna do the unspeakable thing, and I'm gonna do autopilot for once. I'm gonna set this to a vertical speed of 300 feet per minute. So now I have, let's see here. I'm gonna go direct to the Dallas from here. Set it down. Nav. Why is it doing that, however? Interesting. So it just turned me off course. No, it's compensating for the track, for the crosswind. Or is it? Yeah, it looks like it's good now. So, I'm gonna do the unspeakable thing number 2, to have a beer. Drinking and flying. That's perfect. This Harviestoun Brewery Craft Stout. Old Engine Oil is what the beer is called, so that's good. Thankfully not very strong. nice views from the rear of the plane here. Absolutely beautiful. Now have a look at that. That's Mount Hood near Portland, if I'm not entirely mistaken. So what do I see from the other side of the plane? Well, I just see horizon. Nothing to see here. Still on the climb here. Gonna add more power now. So the manifold pressure just stays just below the yellow. I tend to like to have needles width of green, or needles width away from the yellow, so I can see a bit of green in between. It's just my stickler for engine management. Yeah, I'm a stickler for engine management. That's what I'm trying to say. But failing. But anyway. Let's try this out. Old engine oil, it kind of certainly looks like it. Oh, so good. Yeah, old engine oil. Tastes of overheating. Yeah, this is 100 octane low lead fueled engine. It's got at least half of the cylinders as worn piston rings, because of the amount of fuel I can taste in the oil. And it's running lean, I think. A lot of carbon in the deposits here. I think I can taste some coolant. So this is oil from a liquid cooled engine. Which is apparently leaking. There's some gasketry that needs to be changed. So all in all, a perfect beer. Old engine oil from Harviestoun Brewery. Okay, level at 8,500. Direct the Dallas, which should be getting to be visible in not too long. So let's get that manifold pressure up again. Let's just confirm that I didn't get carb ice here. I would think I would, because let's get that light sorted out. The dew point spread is pretty big around here, so I would guess the carb ice is not a big factor, and it wasn't. But the pressure will drop when I climb like I do. Yeah, that's a perfect setting. Just have a just barely see the green at the right side of the needle. So this all adds up in terms of fuel burn. I'm burning 30 gallons per hour now. So I have about 1.5 hours left until I'm at at Paine Field, which means that I will burn 30 plus 15 plus a little bit here and there. So let's just say 50 gallons from now. So all in all, I have 43 gallons in the tip tanks. So that means that by the time I land, I will be able to drain all of this mess into the front tank. And the front tank still has 14, 21, so something like 17 gallons or so. So I can start draining that, the front, the tip tanks in not too long in the future. And I don't mind having empty tip tanks when when I'm gonna be landing. Actually put the full cabin lights on. Let's see, like this. It's gonna be much more cozy, I think. So that whatever I see outside is gonna be shades of horizon and well, what is the moon doing these days? Don't I have something on the iPad telling me about that? Yeah, the moon is a waxing crescent and it's set just after sunset. So, cannot use the moon. Well, that's in Norway. So how would that work? I'm not that good at the celestial movements that I can think that when... So if the moon set here in Norway about 6 hours ago. So the Earth rotated, let's say the moon. Jesus Christ. This is a bit of a mental challenge here. So when the moon sets, it's because the Earth is rotating away from it. Good day, Matt Bacon. So you already have control of this. Matt to the rescue. Would be over East Coast US. Okay. So if I were to see a moon, it would be in that direction somewhere. But I won't, since Matt says so. So no moonlight. And in the case it's what did I say? Waxing crescent? Waxing crescents, okay. It's just a crescent, so it's not going to be much light anyway. So this is all I get until I'm in Seattle. Let's just have a look. Alright, Matt, what's your excuse for being up? What are you doing? Flying? You're 1 hour behind me, so you're at 1 o'clock local time. LHR. Now where the hell is that again? That's something that I haven't been at, I think. Yeah, well, Heathrow, well, okay, so... I was thinking KLHR. Couldn't come up with that one, what that would be. I have actually not been at Heathrow in real life either, even though I lived in London. So... might have toyed at the airport in very early flight sim days, like flight sim 98. So 20 years ago I might have been at Heathrow in that flight simulator. Never in real life. And you probably don't have count many times you've been there. I would expect. Actually, you might have. Seriously, haven't been in London in real life? Well, it's still there, so it's not too late. Hopefully not for long. You not having been to London, or London staying where it is. Okay, what just happened? The lights went out and the altimeter changed. I'm gonna guess I got clouds suddenly. Yeah, London existing, okay. So, what just happened? I'm gonna take a refresh of the weather system that I have installed to see if something happens. Yeah, I see there's some reports of clouds in the area. Yeah, there's an overcast at Hood River at 3,400, so that suddenly popped into the sim. Oh, I'm gonna be loving to have Explain 12 up and running properly. So that means that yeah, I'm above the clouds, but that means that I suddenly am in basically IMC. So that means it's IFR time. I'm safe for now, but I'm gonna quickly cough up route here. I didn't plan on going IFR that early. You can actually see some things around here, but it's just not good enough. Not good. I don't like that. So, en route chart to the rescue. The routes that will take me where I had planned on going are, well, they're not there. I might just have to hug a left here and go towards Portland and take the route up from there, because the other airways are very high up. See if there's any cleared routes from the Dallas to Paine Field. There are. Okay, good. Anyone that is cleared a lot of times? Yeah, that's one. That's going to take me to Portland. do I do this? Cannot file from here. So, okay, let's just call up center and fess up here. Seattle Center, Beaver 5 to 4 Alpha just got into IMC here and request Popup-IFR clearance to Paine Field. Clear to Paine Field via radar vectors direct and turn left heading 270, Beaver 5 for Alpha. Climb maintain 10,000, Beaver 5 for Alpha. Let's see here. One to 1.4, Beaver 5 for Alpha. Should be able to hear ATC now soon. Seattle Center, Beaver 5 to 4 Echo Alpha, climbing or 8,600, climbing 10,000.
November 524 Echo Alpha, Seattle Center, Roger. The Portland altimeter is 3041. And do you have the fuel to go via Battlegrounds to Paine, just because of the mountains?
Say again for Beaver 5 for Alpha.
November 4 Echo Alpha, will you have the fuel to go to Paine via Battlegrounds?
Affirmative, Beaver 5 for Alpha.
November 524 Echo Alpha, you are cleared to the Paine Airport via direct Battlegrounds. Join the Olympia to arrival.
Clear to Paine Field via direct Battleground and then the Olympia to arrival, Beaver 5 for Alpha.
November 4 Echo Alpha, read back correct. I never caught your equipment suffix when you asked to pick up the IFR.
Beaver 5 for Alpha is slant golf.
Thank you much. Southwest 3370, contact NorCal approach 120.95. 120.95, Southwest 3370.
Stand by, Matt, and I'll explain. Delete flight plan. So I'm still headed directly for, no, not quite, Battleground. Let's just put in the frequency 116.6.
Southwest 3370, NorCal approach, Oakland altimeter 3010, expect the ILS runway 30 approach.
Great. So I'm gonna head, yeah, I'm very close to direct. B T G Battleground direct Star Trek 273 is where I'm going. Alright, so I'll deal with the arrival when I get up. Okay, in with that. And it's, well, I can see one star, so that's good. I could, let's see here. Okay, it's very cold now. Because I cannot see any ice, I will leave the pitot heat off, so that if this starts to mess up, I will at least have that warning, the airspeed indicator. So I'm going to use that as an ice detection system. So, because of this audio setup that I have, sometimes, for some reason, the stream system loses it doesn't know what to listen for the ATC. It's a separate sound system, so I just had to change that. So that's why you didn't hear it. So thank you for saying so, by the way, because otherwise you would be in the dark. Right, so I'm also going to enter Paine Field, Papa, Alpha, Echo, and procedure, select arrival, Olympia 2 from Battleground. Runway, Jesus. Okay, yeah, so that's runway for Paine Field. What are they doing at Paine Field? It's a lot of wind from the south, so that's going to be runway 16. Okay, 10,000 is right here. So let's get my plan here. Also settled BTG. Go Paine Field. Procedure arrival Olympia 2 via Battleground. Add. Good. Okay, let's have a look at that. Plate. I don't think I've flown that. Well, actually I have. Did you ever join that? There was an event, a PilotEdge event. I want to say 3 years ago or something. I think it was Portland to Seattle and or Boeing Field, and then back again, and vice versa. Some people started at the other direction and came back. I remember I flew the Olympia 2 arrival during that event in Cessna 172, I think. That was a bit of a struggle.
Apple 3370, contact NorCal approach 134.5.
Yeah, I have plenty of fuel, so that's not going to be a worry. I actually left Bend with full tanks.
Apple 3370, NorCal approach after Franny, quit ILS runway 30 approach.
See some lights here, but I'm absolutely confident that I'm basically in if not completely socked in, I'm very close. Private A340. Very cool. Yep, so that's basically more or less what I'm doing now. Mike, India Alpha Bravo uniform. They probably had a mouthful about that. MIABU, I guess they called you. Or is that a call sign or something? Do they have to spell it out? It's a good looking livery. Very good, actually. I like that. Full hog and fanatic all the way, yeah. So, Mike, India, Alpha, Bravo, uniform. Lovely. Yeah, I know controllers don't like the international call signs. Isle of Man. But did you were you able to have that livery, this one, on the plane that you actually flew? Nice. That's actually very, very good looking. I like it. Alright, so that was a bit of a change of plan. You probably didn't get what I was planning to do here. But I had planned on flying more or less VFR all the way up to just to the southeast of Seattle, and then get a pop-up into Everett. But the clouds apparently snuck up on me here, so I'll have to change plans. So with that in mind, so I'm still direct.
524 Alpha, contact Portland approach 124.35.
124.35, Beaver 5 for Alpha. 35. Actually, I'm drifting a bit off course here because I'm not naving correctly. 124.35. Portland departure, Beaver 5 to Alpha, level 10,000.
November 524 Alpha, Portland approach, Portland altimeter 3040.
40, Beaver 5 to Alpha. Okay, so that needs to be changed. Something like that. That gained me. Or I actually lost. Almost 100 feet. Oh, nice. So this is what Matt just sent here. So that's a right turn. But is that Mount Hood? If so, why the right turn? Because if you're coming out of Portland, I think we departed runways, the east runways. 10. Well, that could be Mount Rainier, actually. That would make more sense. So is that picture taken on departure from Seattle? And also, if you were flying a proper sim, or not a proper sim, but a proper sim setup, because you didn't back then, I knew your computer wasn't up for it, you would probably have shadows that would let me actually see where you were at that time, you know, in terms of shadows. Kind of looks like Rainier. But you flew back, right? Or did you fly one way? Sightseeing. Oh yeah, of course you did. Actually, I think I remember hearing about this. You managed to squeeze in 3 runs. I think I did 2 actually. I flew up and flew back again. Might have been in the A2A Bonanza actually. Okay, so the front tank is almost empty. Now, this is a bit of a timing thing. You're probably very comfortable with this, having flown this or started this around the world trip. There's a time where when you can actually do the whole tip tank system in one fell swoop. The 43 gallons into the... No, actually, is that even possible? 35 gallons. It's 35 gallons. Yeah, I'm gonna wait at least a little bit longer. Because I'm burning sufficiently amount of fuel here. Actually, I'm gonna power back a little bit here.
Southwest 3370, contact Oakland to 27.2. 27.2, Southwest 3370, okay.
But I think it's possible to take the whole tip tank system into the front tank
Oakland Tower, Southwest 3370, ILS 30.
without pausing.
Southwest 3370, Oakland Tower, runway 30, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 30, Southwest 3370.
Yeah, that's the annoying sound. Okay, so you have some artifact, some sound artifact in the plane when it dies. I think I've had that before, but that's been a long time since that happened to me. Not because I didn't run the tank dry. Now, like, look at this. Fuel warning. So that's warning me that there's maybe 3-4 gallons left in the selected tank. So I have set an alarm here. It's going to call me in 3 minutes, so that's the time when I'm going to change over. Or open the tip tanks, rather. Okay, still 20 minutes out until Battleground VOR. But I'm going to have a look at this approach. So this arrival, rather. This arrival takes us into all of those fields. Seattle, Paine Field, Paine Field, Renton. Landing. So I'll be departing Fort, which is the last one, and I'll be departing that, heading tree for tree, and get radar vectors for Paine Field. So I know that this will not take me into an approach. So Battleground, I'll be there in 20 minutes, and I'm already at 10,000 feet, so that's fine. Let's check that the GPS has the fixes. So Battleground, heading 239er. It says 235, but that's Medic. For 21 miles to Cougar, and then same heading for 54 miles to Olympia VOR, same altitude, 10,000 feet. Right turn 220, no, 022, Jesus Christ, 6 miles to Lacey, then to Arvad, same direction, 14 miles. Some altitude restrictions, some speeds that I can just ignore, that's turbojets. There's a hold at Olympia. Let's just hope that I'm not getting that. Why would I? Arvad, and then from Arvad to Fort, same direction. it seems like. 26 miles. Oh, 6 miles. That's a total of 26 miles. And then to Paine Field. More or less direct, but not quite. There's a heading, so I'm just gonna have to remember that. It is, for Paine Field, is 128.65. 65 set. Okay, now. So that's fine. The en route portion and the arrival is fine. And on the map, that looks completely reasonable. It's more or less a direct route after I get to when I get to Battleground VOR outside of Portland. So that's completely fine. Perfect. What is the weather at Paine Field now?
Southwest 3370 clearing on Whiskey 5.
That's the alarm.
Taxi departing via Whiskey Bravo monitor ground.
To the ramp Whiskey Bravo Day, Southwest 3370 monitor ground.
Okay, opening that up. That should start raining now. Set another alarm. You can actually see it raining. I'm gonna leave the mouse there. You can see that it's by the time now the plane is moving as well. So yeah. So the the tip tanks are really, really fast. So that's gravity fed. The belly tank is fed up to the center tank with the vacuum pump. So that's a much, much slower affair. It's no problem at all to take the whole belly tank up. In particular because actually it's the same size. But it's much, much slower in draining. Now I'm just about to cross over the Columbia River, and that means that Washington is over here. Check carbis here. I don't suspect it. Nope. What I do have is a 25 knot headwind, so that's good. It's 99 knot ground speed. Perfect. That's the joy of being upstairs when the winds are howling. Then again, I'm getting to get to my destination, hopefully in one piece. Okay, I'm going to take away the IFR chart here. I need to see the terrain below me here. So what's the weather at Portland? Portland is overcast at 3,500, so that's part of what I'm seeing here. Portland Troutdale, let's see what that has to... Yeah, it's got the same. Not very much wind though. Let's see, winds aloft. Yeah, it's... oh, Jesus Christ. According to the reports at Portland International, that's a long time. It's 7 hours old, but still, it's painting the same picture that I'm seeing here. It's saying wind from the west at 42 knots. I'm seeing 25, so that's at least better, but still. Right, crossing over the Columbia River and into Washington. Actually, I can just see something here. Is that a road? Or, yeah, that's a road. Road EO. Yeah, I can see through some clouds here, I think. So an overcast that I can see through. Perfect. Yeah, if my engine were to go now, I would be probably dumping the plane right into the Columbia River. None of the airports that are close to me have lights, and I could make Cascade Locks Airfield. It doesn't have any lights, but I would make it.
November 524 Echo Alpha, clear direct Olympia.
Clear direct Olympia, Beaver 524 Alpha. Perfect. Okay, I'll expand the star and direct Olympia. Come on. Direct. Perfect. That took away 15-20 minutes of my flight. Okay, that's the reminder to check the fuel situation. I have, let's say this, I can say this is 7 and 7, so 14 gallons. 14 gallons to go into the remaining 7 gallons of room, so that's not going to happen, basically. So I'm going to switch that off and take the remainder in half an hour. It's a good thing I caught that earlier rather, thanks to the alarms.
Pulling ground, November 7670 Foxtrot, Galvin with Victor. I'd like to pick up our IFR to Paine Field.
Nice. So what else is going to Paine Field? Interesting. Did you see what kind of plane he was?
Number 7670 Foxtrot, Boeing clearance, clear to Paine Airport. Via Nirvana 1 departure, radar vectors, water, then has miles, climb via the SID, departure frequency 120.4, squawk 2016.
What was that?
7670 Foxtrot, clear to the Paine Airport via the Nirvana 1 departure, then vectors, water, then as filed, climb via the SID, 120.4 and 2616.
It's November 70 Foxtrot 2016.
Okay, correction, 201670 Foxtrot.
November 70 Foxtrot, read back correct.
Okay, we're gonna run up here and I'll let you know when we're ready to go. Thank you.
Now what the hell? Did it say Nirvana something departure from Portland? Did I miss, or didn't he call up Portland clearance or departure and he's sitting somewhere else? I didn't catch that, and I'm looking at Portland and I cannot see any Nirvana. Now I'm confused. But he said he's going to do the run-up. And yeah, and he should be on the. I'm sure he's on the approach because he did call. I did hear him. I shouldn't hear him if he was on a clearance delivery, I think. Okay, so he's at some description of an airport that has SIDS. Let's see, Aurora State, does that have Nirvana? No. So who else would be calling for Stark's Twin Oaks? Does that have a departure? Nope. Troutdale? Let's see, departure. Nope. Scappoose as diverse vector area. How about Pearson? Nope. Has an ODP, that's all. Now, what the... Okay, it could be Portland Hillsborough. That might very well be it. No Nirvana. Right. So, anyone in the chat who are not speaking, speak up. Tell me where the Nirvana something departure is from. Which airport? Should be close to Portland, since he called up Portland clearance delivery. McMinnville, might be, that's what. Nope, diverse vector area. And that's Salem. That's, I don't think they call up, I think they call up center. Departure, nope, Salem 4.
Oakland Center,
Boeing Field.
6260 Foxtrot on the ground at Concord with information hotel. IFR Sacramento, request clearance.
Did he say Concord? Jesus Christ. I'm going crazy here.
Number 660 Foxtrot, NorCal Bridge cleared to Sacramento Executive Airport as filed on the maintain 5000. Departure frequency is 135.1. Squawk 3242, holds for release.
Yeah, there you go.
6260 Foxtrot.
It's Boeing Field.
To Sacramento
You're correct.
as filed, climb and maintain 5000. Departure frequency 135.1, squawk 3242.
260 Foxtrot, read back correct, hold for release, advise number 1 for departure, frequency change approved.
Cessna 60 Foxtrot, hold for release, will advise from number 1. Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
So why did I think he called up Portland? I may just have had a brain fart here. Or maybe it's the engine oil that I'm drinking that spoke instead.
On ground 7670 Foxtrot's ready to taxi.
No, he did say Boeing. I just...
7670 Foxtrot, runway 14 right, taxi via Alpha.
14 right via Alpha, 70 Foxtrot.
Yeah, I can remember it now. He said Boeing, and I just took it to mean Portland. Which, of course, makes 7 kinds of sense. So what do we have here? We have nothing. It's like someone draped the cover of the plane over the windows here. Can't see nothing. And how does it feel? Oh, it's cold. And wet. No, it's actually just cold. It's too cold and too dry to be wet. But I can see faint stars above me here, so I'm gonna take it that I'm kind of wading in and out of some thin cloudage. So out that side, there's nothing to see. Nothing to see here, nor here. Nope. What is this? That's stars. That turned into a weird flight. Now I'm completely outside of gliding range to anything. In a minute or two, I will be in gliding range to Walter Sutton's grass strip. So that's good. Very much unlit, so not a place to go for night flight in IMC. But on the other hand, if I wanted to end it all, I can just veer slightly to the right and crash into Mount St. Helens and start another little... It's out there somewhere. Another volcano eruption. Okay, so what's the fuel situation now? I may have room for 10 gallons in the front tank, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna set this alarm for 15 minutes. That's a good time to put it over. So 15 minutes I will have burned 7.5 gallons, which is enough for me to drain the whole tip tank.
Boeing Tower 7670 Foster, holding short 1414 right, number 1.
Number 7670 Foxtrot Boeing Tower, runway 14 right, clear for takeoff.
14 right, clear for takeoff, 70 Foxtrot.
So that plane departing from Boeing is going to Paine Field. Well, I have no chance of being there in time to see that happen, because he's... How far is that? That's like... Even with a Cessna 172, that's... and even with IFR, all of that mess, departure procedures and approaches, maybe 45 minutes tops. See, I can do some rudder trim here. Let's just cancel the rudder trim completely. For once, I'm gonna need some left rudder trim. That's better. I was feeling slightly like this. Gliding range of Walter Sutton's airstrip, which is just down here somewhere. Very helpful, of course. Looks like someone just shut the lights off.
7670 Foxtrot, contact departure.
Over to departure, 70 Foxtrot.
I wish people said their airplane type instead of November.
Departure 7670 Foxtrot, 1000, climbing to 2000.
To 2000?
Okay,
well, so...
7670 Foxtrot, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb maintain 6000.
Climb maintain 6000, 70 Foxtrot.
November 52 Marco Alpha, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
126.6, Beaver 5 for Alpha. See you, Matt. Sleep well. Thanks for joining. Seattle Center, Beaver 524 Alpha, level 10,000.
Number 54 Alpha, Seattle Center, the Olympia altimeter 3031.
Tree 1, Beaver 5 Alpha. And again, I have to change the altimeter. That's good, because now I gained 100 feet.
Number 7670 Foxtrot, turn right heading 270.
So, let's see if I can take stock here.
November 70 Foxtrot, do you want to shortcut to Paine or do you want to fly your routing as filed? November 70 Foxtrot, rudder, clear direct water.
back on the Olympia 2. So I'm off the Olympia 2 arrival right now. Got a shortcut, so I never reached Battleground. So I'm kind of somewhere just outside of the direct line between Battleground and Olympia VOR. So that doesn't really matter much, but that's how it is. Okay, they're landing south at Paine Field, so I can start having a look at the approaches. So which one is... So Olympia is, no, rather, Paine Field right now is marginally far, 150 at 1/4, definitely landing south, 10 miles, overcast 1,100. It's overcast, so I'm not going to be vectored for a visual. It's going to be ILSs or RNAV. So what I want, let me have a look at the RNAVs just to have an idea what they are doing. The LPV minimums for the RNAV Zulu are very good, 200 feet AGL, so I can very much do that. I can do LPV approaches. Any reason to not take this one? There's a speed limit on the misapproach, 240 knots. I think that will be fine. Any other reasons not to take this one? Cannot see any reasons. It's not available for arrivals at the VOR on the Victor 287. I'm not going to be on a Victor Airway, so that's not going to be a factor. Nope, so the Zulu is very much on. The no climb gradients and the approach angle is... the glide slope angle is 3 degrees. Oh, no problem. It's not that that's really a factor. Let's have a look at the Yankee. Yankee minimums are the same. Approach angle 3 degrees. This one doesn't have the speed limit. So apart from that, it's can't see any reasons to not take one or the other. May have to look closer to figure out whether or not the one is better for me or not, but they both have the same initial or intermediate fix, and the FAF is TP, ITP. Let's see what the other one is. Is it the same? No, it's a different one. Jugba 3000. That's a non-related airport. Jugba at what is this? 7 miles or so out, just on the north end of that bay. ITP is at 2000, much closer. So I'm going to take the Yankee if I take any of them, because it's a closer radar pattern to get into the approach. And I was going to fly the full thing. 3-4 left is out of the question because that's going to give me a tailwind like crazy.
Number 66 here, Foxtrot, release for departure, clearance, flight is not off, flight 0200 Zulu. 10-0153 Zulu, frequency change to advisory approved.
Let's have a look at the VOR alpha, just for fun of it. Yeah, the minimums are just at the cloud basis, so that's out of the question. ILS Zulu. Sustain minimums 200 feet. Any reasons not to take it? 3 degrees. Jagba for final. I think I've always flown ILSs into Paine Field Stout. If I'm not seeing any particular interest in Yankee, last one. That's the one I flew last time. I see lots of notations on it. 200 feet and ITB. So they are basically equivalent. The 2 ILSs and the 2 RNAVs, kind of like brethren or twins, just different. So let me do it this way. I'm gonna take the RNAV Yankee for 16 right, but I'm gonna add the ILS Yankee frequency 109.3. Actually, I'm gonna put it in the localizer here. That is the nav2 109.3 set, and the reference for the missed approach is Paine Field VOR at 110.6. 110.6. I have both of those ready. In the system here, so that I can switch to good old-fashioned. So now the nav2 is looking for the localizer for the ILS, and nav1 is looking for the Paine Field VOR, Paine VOR rather.
Over 66 Sierra Foxtrot, NorCal departure, ident. Over 66 Sierra Foxtrot, radar contact. Conversation 5000.
Okay, so those frequencies are set, but I'm going to do the Yankee. Just to confirm. From ITB. It's going to probably be vectored for a right downwind for the radar pattern. One NOTAM. Straight approach procedures, Orange County ILS Zulu, category 3 is not applicable, so don't care about that. Let's pull up the arrival. Actually, I'm still 30 minutes out from the Olympia VOR, where there's going to be some sort of action. So what I'll do, since I have the time for it, I will do the approach briefing on the screen here, so that you can follow along. Sorry for not doing this earlier. So I'm going to set the BTG OLM SIA, that's the route that I am at. So I'm currently somewhere. I'm going to actually plot in where I'm right now so that you can see where I am. That's where I am now. I'm going to deal with the fuel later.
That was somebody else.
Probably be ending up flying. Maybe I'll be vectored around the Seattle airspace. Yeah, I think he'll probably take me outside. But regardless, the RNAV Yankee is the one I want. Because the final approach fix is here at 2000 instead of up here at 3000. It's gonna make the radar pattern smaller. So let's have a look. I'm gonna just check that this one is... oh, it's current. This one is current. '27th today, so it's within. Approach course 163, all kinds of runway. Uncompensated VNAV system, cell nav below -5. Actually, how cold is it? 7 degrees, not a factor. Above 54 degrees, well, as if circling to the tiny runway. The right side, not allowed at night. That makes sense. Okay, so that's so fine. It's approached, I can deal with that later. Frequencies. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I get to this one to give them my ATIS information, which I will pick up later. It's got, I've set that already in the COM2 standby, so I can listen to that when I get closer. All these frequencies are good to have. Likely going to be vector around here and turn somewhere around here and turn to a heading of, what would that be? Heading 140 intercepts the, or maintain 3000 until established on the local or established.
Number 66 Foxtrot, contact Archer Approach 127.4.
Cleared. RNAV Yankee 16 right. So that's something like that's going to likely happen. Or heading 190 if I get around the other side for some reason. Procedure not available for those VOR Victor Airways, not applicable. If I fly the whole thing, if I'm clear direct IWAC, I will be doing parallel entry. I'll go out here, turn, go in, and Bob's your uncle. That will be at 3,000 feet. Drop down to 2,000 after that, and from that point on, I will be on the LPV. And if I'm not getting that for some reason, my minimum is at 3 to 4, which is going to be perfectly fine. The clouds are at 1,100 feet, so I'm going to get below regardless.
Number 66 Foxtrot, NorCal approach. Get an altimeter 3009, advise me of hotel and approach request.
I can even circle, so that's gonna be completely fine.
Number 6 Foxtrot, Roger, express stop.
So I'll be landing on this one. I'll try to be off at the big one because it's going to be an easier taxi down to.
Call for I for standby, please.
What is that FPO called again? Regal Air. That's what it's called. Jesus, the fuel is expensive there. So try to be off of this one.
Number 6 Sierra Foxtrot, clear direct cruise, cross cruise center above 2000. Clear dial S22 approach.
Okay, so here's the approach, straight out until 1100, then right turn 2000 feet, direct ECPO, where there will be direct entry to the...
Calling for IFR, north side only.
And 4 mile legs. Right turns. So yeah, no
Number
problem.
135 Delta, Olympia Ground, cleared to Paine Airport, Yelm Pass departure, radar vectors Olympia, then as filed. Maintain 3000, expect 7000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.4, block 4704.
Everybody is going to Paine Field today. That's good. It's a good airfield. I like it. So, did I miss anything here? This is a pretty standard approach.
Number 15 Delta, 3 back, correct.
So, I think that's it. I'll just leave that open on the side here so I can reference that quickly when or if they ask me what I want. Okay, now I have all kinds of room in the front deck. I have 20 gallons of room to spare to dump my 14 gallons.
Clear to Seattle Airport, Portland to departure, radar vectors, battleground, Olympia to arrival. Maintain 6000, expect 16,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.35, clock 2154.
So, seems like everybody's going to Paine Field. I like it.
Yeah, 15 yeah, Portland to radar vectors Cougar, and then as filed, be back correct.
Portland to Cougar.
Be back correct.
Yeah. So he's gonna... Whatever, I didn't catch that person's altitude, but they're gonna come up right behind me. Likely much faster. I have 25 knot, still more or less headwind. Getting 105 knots. So not excellent, but it was worse. And there's more power to spare here, even at 10,000 feet. Not much though. Let's just see how much. Yeah, there's quite a bit more, but it won't give me much more speed. But it will give me a hell of a lot more fuel burn, and the engine will heat up. So I'll just leave it there. Maybe I'll get 3-4 more knots out of it. It's not worth it.
Roger. Number 7670 Foxtrot, contact Seattle Center 121.4. Sorry, 126.6. Number 70 Foxtrot, negative 126.6.
Alright, 126.8, that's what I heard. 126.6, that's where I am. There was somebody leaving... Someone is leaving Portland.
Seattle Center, November 7670 Foxtrot 6000.
Number 7670 Foxtrot, Seattle Center, roger.
So the weather is still pretty crummy. I cannot see anything. Which was not part of my plan. I had planned on flying VFR.
Seattle Center 70 Foxtrot would like the ILS, the Yankee 16 right at Paine.
November 70 Foxtrot, you can make that approach when you get back to Seattle approach.
We'll go 70 Foxtrot.
Yeah, we are on center. Alright, tip tanks empty. Gonna leave it on for a few seconds more, just in case there are some residual sloshing around. Can make that go into the drain by wobbling a bit with the rudders. Yeah, so that other pilot that just called up center requested the ILS Yankee, the one I usually fly at Paine Field. Basically the same as the RNAV Yankee, but I'm gonna do the RNAV. I'm gonna add that to... Oh, I haven't seen this before. In the procedure page, I can change the well, when I'm selecting the approach and the arrival and departure and all of that, I can also see what loaded procedures I have. Didn't know that was possible. So it already says the Paine Field, Battleground, Olympia, arrival procedure. But I'm gonna select an approach. That'll be the RNAV Yankee. RNAV Yankee. Scene. And let's see. What do I want to do? Do I want to do to add a transition as, because I'm gonna expect vectors, but if I for some reason get the whole thing, I don't think I will get Paine Field as a transition, as a feeder, but I could get IWAC. Yeah, I'm gonna put in IWAC, because then I have let's just see that everything is here. IWAC, the hold in lieu of procedure turn, ITP, and runway 16 right, a SIPO for the missed approach, and the hold. Perfect. So that's a little trick, pro tip if you want. If you have
5 Alpha, contact Seattle approach 120.4.
120.4, Beaver 5 Alpha. 0.4.
Number 626 Foxtrot, contact Executive Tower 119.5.
119.5, Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
Seattle approach, Beaver 524 Alpha, level 10,000.
Number 5 Alpha, Seattle approach, still hang on to there 3021.
21, Beaver 5 Alpha. Let's deal with that right away. See, he's sending me over to the Paine Field, the altimeter, even though that's almost 100 miles away. But it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna stay up here for a long time anyway. Did my manifold pressure just drop here? I'm thinking nice. Let's go carb heat. Yes, indeed.
Executive Tower, Cessna 6260 Foxtrot, inbound ILS runway 2.
Number 626 Foxtrot, Executive Tower, runway 2, clear to land.
Runway 2 clear to land, Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
That sounds good. Let's pay attention to that. It's also why I like to set a power setting that I can, when I can see that gap, little green gap between the needle and the yellow range here. You can see that it's growing already. So I'm constantly getting carb ice here. So I'm gonna put some carb beats
with Foxtrot for West taxi.
and keep it there.
November 135 Delta, Olympia ground runway 17, taxi via Echo Bravo. 17 via Echo Bravo, 35 Delta.
So what I was about to say is that if you're loading GPS, regardless of what it is actually, with an approach, if you load with vectors to final, like you would expect most likely to get, you won't have all the fixes outside. So if they suddenly say that, no, change of plans, we cannot give you direct because of some reason, you have to go to the initial approach fix, then you don't have that, and then you have to mess that in there. But if you put the whole procedure in with a reasonable initial approach fix, then they can vector you direct to any one of those fixes in between the initial approach fix and the file. So it's easier for you to quickly go direct to one of those fixes, especially if it's a long initial segment of the approach with many steps and turns. Then it's much easier for them to just vector you direct to that. They will do that as if they expect you to have it already in the system. But if you are expecting to get vectors to final, then you might be scrambling just as the approach. When you're getting the vector for one of those fixes. So it's not impossible to change it when you get to that point, but it can be more of a workload, and it's not necessary. Anyway, so now that the tip tanks are dealt with, I'm going to deal with the belly tank. I'll leave the front tank as it is and start taking from the center tank. This one here. And when this one starts to empty out, I can drain, or rather pump the belly tank fuel up to the center tank. So about 45 minutes from the airport. Even with shortcuts and the slightly higher speed on in the descent, it's going to likely be 45 to 50 minutes or so before landing. Unless, of course, the ATC asks me to slow down for traffic or for any reason, because I'm going too fast. Not likely.
For 7670 Foxtrot, contact Seattle approach 120.4.
It's going to be close to 1 hour before I get down. So that means with this fuel burn, 30 gallons.
7670 Foxtrot, 6000, has Alpha at Paine, like the ILS 16 right, Yankee.
We're not on the right approach focus yet.
Number 770 Foxtrot, Seattle approach Paine altimeter 3021. Cross Corvallis at 6000, cleared ILS Yankee runway 16 right approach.
Corvallis?
7670 Foxtrot, can you repeat the fix going across Corvallis, and I was expecting Penn Cove.
November 70 Foxtrot, sorry, cross Penn Cove at 6000 at ILS runway 16 right approach.
Penn Cove at 6000, clear for ILS 16 right approach.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Because that's a guy coming from the north here somewhere. So he's getting the, let's just see here. He requested the ILS Yankee to Paine Field, which is basically the same as I'm doing now. Just I'm going to do it in RNAV.
Olympia Tower, over 135 Golf Delta, holding short body departure. November 135 Delta, Olympia Tower, runway 17 for takeoff. 17 for takeoff.
So he was told to cross that at 6,000. And then cleared for the approach. So he's coming from the San Juan Islands area, something like that. I'm gonna do the RNM Yankee. So now the engine is coughing around here, so let's see if that's the yeah, that's the engine was not happy about that. That was carb ice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that on. That heat. So it's pretty cold. It shouldn't be... Well, actually the dew point is much higher now. So let's see what the Olympia... I can actually see on the map here.
135 Golf Delta, contact departure.
135 Golf Delta. Yeah, I can see him below me here. Actually, probably can see him very soon. That's 10 miles out to Olympia, so I can probably see him in the distance here soon.
Departure, so 135 Golf Delta, 1,100 climbing, 3,000 coming to a 064 heading.
November 135 Delta, Seattle departure at our contact, climbing to main 7,000.
It's going up to 7,000. Okay.
Swim and maintain 7,000, 135 Golf Delta.
Okay, Olympia is...
Portland ground, United 1399, North ramp, Bravo Sierra, ready taxi.
reporting 7, 2.6.
United 1399, Portland ground, runway 10 left taxi, via Kilo Echo. 10 left via Kilo and Echo, United 1399. November 60 Foxtrot.
Cessna 60 Foxtrot going missed.
November 60 Foxtrot, you want the published mist or climb out instructions?
Cessna 60 Foxtrot will take the published mist.
Roger, contact NorCal departure 127.4.
127.4, Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
A lot of action going on now. Some on the missed approach. I don't know from where, but...
NorCal departure, Cessna 60 Foxtrot, executing
NorCal.
the published mist.
Stay altitude.
Cessna 60 Foxtrot, 1,500, or climbing through, correction, 2,000.
November 6260, radar contact, pay attention.
Cessna 60 Foxtrot, we're descending down to 1,600 and then executing the published mist to make another attempt at the ILS
Descending?
to Sacramento.
Do you want that or do you want to remain in the hold for that?
Cessna 60 Foxtrot, would like to remain in the hold for a little bit.
November 6260, Foxtrot, expect further clearance 0245, time now 0220.
Expect for the clearance 0245, time now 0220, Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
So why, if he's on the missed approach, is he descending?
November 135, Golf Delta, clear at Caro.
Kyle, 135 Golf Delta.
That's confusing me. So maybe he went missed way above the minimums. So that means that he has to descend to the first climb, first altitude of the missed approach before starting climbing again. Kind of weird, but that can happen sometimes. Anyways, I'm 3 minutes, 6 miles from the Olympia VOR. And that traffic that just departed the
Portland Tower, United 1399, on short 10 left at Echo.
is 8 miles out in this
United
direction.
1399, Portland Tower, sliding to 060, runway 10 left at Echo, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, I cannot see him.
Flight heading 060, 10 left at Echo,
Take the
clear for
lights
takeoff, United 1399.
down here a smidgen. It's gonna be easier for me to see. What's going on outside here? So I at least have some ground contact here, if nothing else. So Olympia is hard IFR now, 7 miles, broken 700, and 93% humidity. I didn't get a lot of carbis, but it was enough for the engine to be unhappy, so just have to be cognizant about that, because if this starts behaving erratically, then I may very well have ice in places that I don't want ice.
United 1399, contact departure. Over to departure, United 1399.
We could probably expect to see the
Portland departure, United 1399, Portland 2, leaving 8,000 for, I'm sorry, 800 for 6,000. United 1399 on departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000. Climb maintain 15,000, United 1399.
Could probably expect to see the next approach frequency being 1 to 8.5. So we're going to set that. We'll see. Next heading is 026. The GPS is going to start screaming to me very soon, so I'm going to just set it then. Ready? 0, 2, 6. Set. Pretty steep turn. Seconds until turn, according to the GPS. Turn coming up right now.
1399, clear at Kuga. Clear direct Kuga, United 1399.
So Olympia Airport is directly below me here. Invisible. Yeah, it's a bit spotty, the visibility here. Anyways, it kind of looks promising. I have some control of what's going on. So that 135 Golf Delta is flying at 139 knots. I have ADASB information on the ForeFlight here. Let's pull up the weather at Olympia, or rather Paine Field. As I did 33 minutes ago. Wind still from the south, 170 at 14, gusting 2-2, so that's perfect. At least it's straight down the pike. Visibility 10, overcast 1100 as previously. Temperature 70.4, so it's humid. Altimeter 3021, that's already set. So, plan remains. Urgent PIREP at Seattle 11 minutes ago. An E-175. It's from sort of a small jet, I think.
United 1399 contact Seattle Center 126.6.
Reported low-level wind shear.
Seattle Center 126.6, United 1399.
At 700 feet, plus 10 knots. So there's that. PIREP 1 hour ago during climb.
United 1399 Seattle Center, climb and maintain 16,000.
Yeah, cloud tops at 5,000. So I'm not interested in that. There's one other PIREP on the departure end of. That's overcast, so I'm not caring about that. Okay. Oh, there's an PIREP at
Seattle, number 135, Golf Delta.
the approach from Paine Field.
Paine Field, requesting vectors to be on at Yankee 165.
Roger.
1 hour ago.
November 32, November 524 ground, turn left heading 340 vectors, ILS Yankee, runway 16 right approach.
Left heading 340 and request the RNAV Yankee 16 right approach.
Roger, expect it.
Thanks. Okay, so now
Number
I'm off.
6760 Foxtrot, contact Paine Tower 132.905.
132.905, 70 Fox over tower.
Okay, so the approach course was 163.
Tower, Archer 7670 Foxtrot, ILS 16 right.
Number 7670 Foxtrot, Paine Tower, runway 16 right, clear land.
16 right, clear land, 70 Foxtrot.
Okay, so I'm now off of the arrival, so I can put in the RNAV Yankee. I'm gonna put IWOC because activate approach, but I'm still going to be flying the heading that I'm flying, 340. Yeah, I was saying that there was a PIREP on the approach that's 2 hours ago, but base is broken 1,200 at Paine Field. So it's good to know that there is something at least. Some confirmation that that it is correct. Anyway. Not following this right now, I'm following the vectors that I'm getting. Let's hope I can get a descent rather soon. No, I'm still 45 minutes out. Given that if I fly the whole procedure, well, it's going to be very close to that anyway.
Number 524 Alpha, turn left heading 330.
Left heading 330, Beaver 5 for Alpha. Yeah, it's probably correcting for my wind here. I have a 27 knot crosswind here. So I'm even at 330 heading, I'm tracking 342. So I'm pointing that way, but I'm going that way. See if I can forgo the carb heat now. Nope. Immediately icing up. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, let's see if I can pick up 80s here.
In 100 overpass. Temperature 7. Dew point 4. Altimeter 3021. Arriving and departing runways 16 left. 16 right. ILS runway 16 right approach and use read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact that you have information Bravo.
Bravo. Let's see,
Snohomish
updated
County Airport. 8 is information Bravo.
2226.
0153 Zulu. Wind 170 at 14. Gust 22. Visibility 10. Ceiling 1100 overcast. Temperature 7. Dew point 4. Altimeter 3021. Arriving and departing runways 16 left. 16 right. ILS runway 16 right approach and use read back all runway assignments.
Okay, so that was updated half an hour ago at the normal top of the hour 80s broadcast, but there's
Cessna 60 Foxtrot, we're ready to make another attempt on the ILS 8 Sacramento.
Oh, he was at Sacramento.
60 Foxtrot across the Sacramento VOR at 2000, cleared ILS runway 2 approach.
Sacramento VOR at 2000, cleared ILS runway 2 approach, Cessna 6260 Foxtrot.
So, I got a special 80s hour special weather update at Preflight here. That was pushed through. That's 7 minutes old. The wind is 160 now, well, not 170. 14 gusting 22, so that's basically the same. Visibility 10, overcast 900. So now it's IFR. It was a low VFR previously. 2.7, the temperature 7, 2.4, altimeter 3019. So that's going to change. It's going to get lower. So the weather is deteriorating. At least somewhat.
United 1399 and Matt Hawk, 7 arrival landing south, Seattle altimeter 3025. Seattle altimeter 3025.
Seattle approach radio check, please.
Calm Seattle approach on you. The number 66 Foxtrot, are you inbound?
Cessna 6260 Foxtrot, affirmative.
Number 605, you can't go inbound if you're clear from the Sacramento VOR. You got to do the full approach next time. Contact Executive Tower 119.5.
Uh-oh.
119.5, Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
Okay, I'm still on radar vectors here.
Cessna 6260 Foxtrot. Inbound, what I thought was the ILS 2, but it sounds like I'm inbound visual now. Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
Number 66 Foxtrot, Executive Tower, runway 2, clear to land.
Runway 2, clear to land, Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
See if the ATIS picked up new information here.
Altimeter 3021.
Nope.
Arriving and departing run.
Still the stale. It's not stale yet, but it's slightly outdated.
Yeah, Cessna 60 Foxtrot, did I catch that correctly that you cleared me to the VOR2 on the previous approach?
You were cleared ILS to approach from the VOR, which means you're supposed to do the full approach with the procedure term, but you just went straight inbound instead of doing the procedure term.
Cessna 60 Foxtrot, understood, thank you.
Probably not the best thing to do that just as you're cleared for landing, but anyway. Hello, Brant. With your fire-spewing dragon. Welcome to utter darkness. As you see, I can't see. I had planned on flying VFR, but weather just took me, so. I'm sorry I didn't catch your landing at San Francisco. I had to fire up the Beaver. How did the rest of the flight go? I think I managed to get to your top of descent. That's where I dropped out. Yeah. Okay, so what am I seeing here? I'm seeing, well, you probably cannot see anything. It's completely. I'm in not quite IMC, but it's there's a bit of clouds below me here. Very nice. Did you get tower, or did you only have the approach facility?
Seattle Center, Pilates, 10 Charlie is on the ground at Grant County. Like to get our IFR clearance to Seattle.
Oof, that was blocked.
The IFR stepped on you.
Oh, hello. This is Pilates, 1 Charlie on the ground at Grant County, going to Seattle.
Excellent. Tower. Okay, excellent. That's good.
The 1 Charlie, Seattle Center, hello, clear to Seattle Airport via as filed. Maintain level 200. Center frequency 132.6, clock 5623, holds for release.
1 Charlie cleared to Seattle as filed. Maintain flight level 200. Departure 132.6, squawk 5623. Hold for release.
Seems easier to the rescue.
Corrected by
Nice.
1 frequency change approved.
Someone got an approach frequency.
November 7670 Foxtrot, taxi to parking via Alpha, monitor ground.
Parking via Alpha, I will monitor ground 70 Foxtrot. Thanks for the help.
Okay, I heard 2 aircraft there. November 6260 Foxtrot, taxi to parking via Mike, remain this frequency.
Cessna 6260 Foxtrot, taxi parking via Mike, remain this frequency. Cessna 60 Foxtrot.
Someone was called.
Seattle approach, United 1399, 16,000 will be descending in 5 miles on the Hawk 7 south transition.
Yeah.
Current would go off, request the RNAV Zulu 16 center from Passion.
United 1389 Seattle approach, Seattle altimeter 3025 after Vashon, ground Zulu 16 center approach.
3025 after Vashon, cleared RNAV Zulu 16 center approach, United 1389.
There's a lot of things going on here.
135 Golf Delta, fly heading 020 vectors for the approach.
Heading 020 on the 135 Golf Delta.
So what's going on here is that I'm on my way to Paine Field. Let's see if I can update this flight plan here. Here's what's going on. This can go over there. So I'm just to the west of Seattle. About to pass over Bremer International at 10,000 feet. I'm on radar vectors. I was on the approach of the arrival, the Olympia 2 arrival previously, but now I'm on radar vectors on probably a big radar pattern towards the final approach for Paine Field, which is landing south. So I've requested the RNAV Yankee 16 right, which I'm going to get, and I'm probably going to get radar vectors to the FAF ITB. So I'm expecting something like this, maybe closer in. I don't know. I'm not sure how they do it. And the weather has turned to the worse. It was marginal VFR for many hours. Now it's hard IFR. It's gonna be fine, but it's I had at least considered doing scud running, but that's out of the question. So that's what's going on, and I flew all the way from Bend, Oregon, just to the east of Eugene, and I actually flew up this valley here, up towards Columbia Gorge, the Dallas regional. But then I got into to IMC and I had to ask for a Popup-IFR. So I actually was vectored towards Battleground VOR and then took the Olympia 2 arrival from there. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's not well. I actually didn't do a river run. The sun has actually set basically as I departed from Bend Municipal Airport, so I didn't dare stay low. I climbed, and my plan was actually to fly on the east side of all these beautiful volcanoes and have a look at them with the sun setting in the background. But it turned dark before I got there. Speaking of river run, following the Columbia River, that's what I'm talking about. And one of my favorite little airfields, part of the Oregon Bush Challenge, go find the sceneries, is south of Jernstedt Field at Hood River. It's Green Acres Air Park, 7 Oscar Romeo 6. It's close to the river here. It's fantastic, monstrously difficult to land at, especially with something big like the Beaver. Not because the runway length, it's 900 feet or something. It's plenty long enough. Well, not plenty, but long enough. But the approach, you have to be kind of in the river and then sneak in. It's really, really much fun. But the wind is howling. No, it's not now. It's 0 knots, it says. I don't believe it.
35 South Delta, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend and maintain 3,000, 125, go for the
Green Acres.
December 54 Glauce, descend and maintain 7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000, Beaver 54 Golf. It's the problem with Green Acres is that it's one way in, one way out airfield. It's really, really impossible to land the wrong way there. And for some reason, the wind tends to always give you a tailwind at that airport. I almost never landed there with a good wind condition. It's always difficult. So it's a bit of a troublemaker at that airfield. Let's see if the 80s have updated here.
Snohomish County Airport, 8 is information Charlie.
Yes.
0226 Zulu. Wind 160 at 14, gust 22. Visibility 10. Ceiling 900 overcast. Temperature 7. Dew point 4. Altimeter 3019. Arriving at heading runway 16 left. 16 right. ILS runway 1.
Gotta have American 451 connected to the network. Looks like connected is Alpha Lima 451. I don't have your flight plan either, so just fix the call sign and I pop up.
Roger, we'll check that call sign and try to reconnect them. Appreciate it.
Can I see ground here? No. Oh yeah, I can. So, I'm actually getting close to be a beam, the airport. Although it's maybe 25 miles out. So. Would be scary to be a backseat passenger here now, seeing almost nothing.
November 524 Glauce, turn right heading 020.
Right heading 020, Beaver 54 Golf.
And Tucson clearance, American 451 with information Quebec. Seeing if you had our IFR flight plan yet.
American 451, stand by.
Been struggling with the carbis here, but yeah, it's still pretty cold out. So
American 451, clear to Phoenix Airport via the Bureau for departure hot transition, and then as filed, climb and maintain 17,000. Departure frequency 125.1, squawk 3315.
All right, we're clear. cleared up to Phoenix for the Burrow 4 departure with the hot transition, then as filed, climbing to 17,000, departure frequencies 125.1, squawk 3315, American 451.
American 451, is that correct? Expect level 180, your final fair address.
Alright, we'll expect final for 180 for American
1,000 feet to
451.
go. So I'm basically on a 45 for the right downwind for 16 right at Paine Field. So he's vectoring me for a huge radar pattern. I saw a glimpse of something here now, so I'm kind of probably in and out of some clouds here. It's still overcast at 900, but it could be
November 135 Golf Delta, turn right heading 070.
spotty.
070, Golf Delta.
Someone else being vectored for this, for the ILS Yankee approach for Paine Field. It's more or less identical to the RNAV that I'm on, getting vectored for.
Charlie release departure, clearance but if not off 02550, frequency change to advisory approved.
So it's kind of interesting to see that we're doing overlapping approaches, but different navigation system. Oof, I don't like flying blind like this. I at least like to see the clouds properly. I can see the or not the clouds, but the stars and the planets. But it's just too hazy or whatever it is. I can barely see a few, but not enough. It's kind of disorienting. It's gonna get worse.
125 Golf Delta, 5 miles from Block, turn right heading 130, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS Yankee 16 right approach.
Yeah, that's the guy at Paine.
Right 130, 3000 to establish the ILS Yankee, 35 but 125, 135 Golf Delta.
Didn't catch a word of what he read back. Okay, so leveling up at 7,000. Still got a ways to go here. 20 minutes until I'm down.
Oakland ground, good evening, Southwest 1522, holding short of Tango for taxi with information Tango.
Southwest 1322, Oakland ground, runway 30, taxi via Uniform Whiskey.
30 taxi via Uniform Whiskey, Southwest 1322.
Getting some spotty ground contact there sometimes. I'm looking at the weather. It's actually clearer further west towards Vancouver Island. So it's just some low clouds sitting around Paine Field, Seattle, Tacoma area. So that's why I can see something, you know, at some points here.
November 135 Delta, contact Paine Tower 132.95.
Paine Tower 132.95, 35 Golf Delta.
November 5 Chief Alpha, turn 10 degrees left.
10 left, Beaver 5 for Alpha. He's struggling with my wind here, I guess. I'm still 15 knots crosswind here.
135 Golf Delta, ILS 165.
November 135 Delta, Paine Tower, runway 16 straight, clear to land.
16 right, clear to land, 25 Golf Delta.
That's the clever thing about putting the full approach in the GPS is when I'm clicking procedure here, I can activate the full approach or vectors to final. if I had loaded only vectors to final,
1322.
I couldn't change that easily the other way around.
United 13 in contact Seattle Tower 119.9.
Seattle Tower 119.9, United 13.9.
Sounds like I'm gonna stay on 120.4.
Seattle Tower, United 1399, Harnav 16 center approach.
United 1399 Seattle Tower, runway 16 center, clear to land.
16 center, clear to land, United 1399.
There's an airplane overflying Paine Field right now at 3,000. So where does that... Actually, that might be just barely skimming above the Delta airspace. So someone's... Well, couldn't be scud running. It's 900 feet overcast.
November 10 Charlie, Seattle Center, Squawk 56239.
If there's any way, someone is on the approach for Paine Field.
November 524 Echo Alpha, descend to maintain 3000.
Descend to maintain 3,000, Beaver 54 Echo Alpha.
November 1 Charlie, radar contact, 10 miles south, out of VMR. Southwest 13-2, contact departure.
Departure, good day. Right on the departure, good evening, Southwest 1322, 1,700, climbing via the Candle 5.
Southwest 1322, North Cal departure, radar contact, climb to maintain flight level 190.
Climb to maintain flight level 190, Southwest 1322.
Alpha 3 is my left big takeoff taxiway, and going to Regal here. Right, I think everything is squared away, and I can remain on the fuel tank that I'm burning from now. It's going to be completely fine. I'm going to burn less than 10 gallons by the remainder of this approach, perhaps even less. Actually, I can be proactive on that. I can take the power a little bit back here. I don't need to be doing all this, converting all that fuel to noise. That's gonna make me go faster. Alright. What I can do is start to take off some of the lights here. So take that one out. I'm gonna put some of it back in. I'm gonna take my flashlight and take this light. That little light up here is enough for me to be able to see the flap indicator without blinding me completely. So when I get closer, and I can start dimming the instrument lights. I'll wait until I'm properly on the approach. And I'm sorry to say, for everybody who's been patiently watching, that I've been doing autopilots more or less since this flight started. It's shabby, deteriorating trend. You can see a lot of things going on right now. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I can see a lot of clouds. Probably going to be in and out of clouds. Anyway, as I said, autopilot. When I'm cleared for the approach, I think I will transition to manual flying immediately, because I'm going to warm up the muscles here.
Southwest 1322, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
2745, good day, Southwest 1322.
Beam the final approach fix now, so very soon I'll be turned towards the east on the right base, and I can expect the fly heading the
Southwest 1322, Oakland Center, climb to maintain flight level 310.
what am I thinking? The final heading before cleared for the approach, the PTAC. It's going to be something like 140.
Now cross runway 16 at Mike, taxi to parking via Bravo, monitor ground. Good on it.
Cross 16 left at Mike, Bravo to
140 and maintain 3000 until established on the approach on the localizer. Ground to contact indeed. I don't expect to remain in contact. There's some clouds over Paine Field.
Number 135 Golf Alpha, taxi to parking via Alpha, monitor ground.
Okay, so the guy.
Alpha to parking, monitor ground, 125.
Okay, I can set tower 132.9 or 5. 132.9 or 5. Okay, I'm 7 miles from
Number 13 Charlie, back to Seattle Center, 126.6.
1,000 to go on the descent. It's getting into the positive degrees. Yeah, plus. So that's a plus, I guess. Be Arlington Municipal Airport. Beautiful place. And out here are the fantastic San Juan Islands with a gigantic amount of lovely bush fields. I can see Paine Field actually. So maybe maybe the clouds have blown away. Well, there's some turbulence coming. So that's good. Okay, I'm very close to the intermediate fix now. IWOC. He's probably going to turn me soon, I hope. 5 miles from IWOC.
525 Clark Alpha, clear at Ewok, cross Ewok at 3000, clear on Avi and Key runway 16 Sutter Bridge.
Direct Ewok and maintain 3000 and clear the approach, Beaver Path for Alpha.
November 4 Alpha, declared your clear straight in on Avi and Key 16 Sutter Bridge.
Cleared straight in RNAV Yankee approach, thanks so much, Beaver Path for Alpha. Perfect. So, heading 09 or 8, maintain 3000. So, autopilot is now dead to me. I do indeed have Wookiee's San Juan package. It's a masterpiece. So that was interesting. I was actually right in not putting the
Tucson ground, American
vectors to final
you at Alpha 10, looking to taxi
into the GPS because I got the intermediate fix, which was outside of the final approach fix. So
American 451 Tucson ground, runway 11 left, taxi via Alpha Alpha 3.
We've had a controller
Alpha
change.
3 for American 451 to runway 11 left.
And I'm cleared for the straight in. Really bumpy here.
Alpha established on approach course, contact Paine Tower.
Contact tower when I'm established. Beaver Path for Alpha. 122.9 or 5 set. Okay. 45 seconds until Ewok. Okay, the GPS wants to put me into direct entry for the hold, which I'm not going to do. I was cleared straight in. So I'm gonna do direct, or actually Ewok ITP. So I'm not gonna go direct, I'm gonna activate that leg. So, turn right heading 163, which is the final approach course. Which I'm currently overshooting by 1/5 of a mile. I can see the runway, so I can see the clouds. There are some clouds sitting above the airport there, but they're not going to be a factor, I think. Okay, I've got an LPV sign here, so that's good. That means that on that part of the approach, so I can follow the lateral course. But I'm going to be at 2000 at ITP, and that's where I will check that the LPV is showing the correct thing. So I'm going to descend to 2000. I have 3 minutes till final approach fix, and that's a good place to verify that the LPV is correct, showing the correct numbers. Didn't really expect to be able to see so much like about the airport. So I can really feel this, and you can probably see a mile away that this is really gusty. The ATIS said 160 straight down the pike here at 14 knots.
Sun Tower, American 451 is holding short of 11 left, ready for departure.
Yeah, I was about to call tower. That's what I was to do. And gusting 22.
American 451, Tucson Tower, runway 1 left. Correction, runway 11 left, clear for takeoff.
American 451, clear for takeoff, runway 11 left.
Paine Tower, Beaver 524 Echo Alpha, RNAV Yankee 16 right.
Beaver 524 Echo Alpha, Paine Tower, runway 16 right, clear to land.
16 right, clear to land, Beaver 524 Echo Alpha. So that's good. Jesus. Okay. This approach, from memory, climb straight out, 1100, right turn, 2000, direct some sort of fix somewhere. Out there, to my right. And as always, the first word in the this approach is climb. So, I'll do that first, and then I'll deal with the rest. Okay, so leveling off at 2000, I have 1.2 nautical miles until I'm crossing the final approach fix, at which point I will verify that this glide slope indicator is centered, which means that my altimeter is correct. Okay, minimums 770 feet. MSL. Okay, crossing over, and the LPV is crossing right there. Perfect. So slight crosswind here from the left. So the wind is coming from there.
Over departure, American
So it's
451.
pushing my tail to the right. So weather waiting.
Yeah, departure American 451 is just off of 11 left, climbing through 5,000 for flight level 117,000.
American 451, Tucson departure, radar contact, report leaving 13,000.
Sorry we missed that report when we get to passing through 13,000.
It's beautiful.
Alright, we'll report when we're passing through 13,000 for American 451.
At some point I might very well choose to slow down a little bit. No rush. 10,000 feet of runway goodness in front of me here. So I can take off and land and take off and land and take off and land. A dozen times if I want to. Or at least half a dozen. Yeah, I'm slightly below glide slope here, and there's no good reason to be that, of all things. Because if my engine dies now, I won't get to the runway. Just been taught by my bush flying to be down at the beginning of the runway, and I don't need to do that now. I see a plane crossing over midfield here, or slightly beyond. Okay, pulling flaps. This crosswind is gonna kill me. Butter, but a bouncy butter, so... Okay, I see a taxiway, I'll just gonna take that. Alpha 2. Works. I don't mind a good bounce. Whew, I can breathe again. Verified for Alpha clear of 16 right at Alpha 2, going to Regal Air.
Press 10 Charlie, cross Skyco at 14,000, Seattle altimeter 3021, landing south.
This is a really cool airport.
Before I go Alpha, taxi to the ramp via Alpha, and have a wonderful evening.
Before Echo Alpha is going to Regal Air. Does Alpha go all the way up there?
Yeah, departure American 451 is passing through 13,000.
American 451, thank you. Contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
128.45 American 451.
Before I go off that, you said Regal Air, is that off of the central ramp?
Affirmative, Beaver Rock Alpha.
Rotor 4, go off a taxi to BLV Alpha, then Charlie. And monitor ground, have a what if we...
Alpha Charlie and monitor ground, be brought for Alphas, yeah. And what is ground? Ground is... Ground 0.8. 0.1. Point.
American 451, Albuquerque Center, thank you. Tucson altimeter 3004, climb and maintain flight level 180. Southwest 1322, contact Los Angeles Center 133.2.
Yeah, I feel right at home at this airport, right? Yeah, well, this is where the Beaver is gonna get its oil change and service. So, should feel right at home here. Even though I'm completely invisible. Well, let's try to stay on the taxiway here, at least. Such a cool airport. Really iconic airport. I mean, I grew up at this airport in my Flight Unlimited 3 days. One of my first flight sim, Flight Unlimited 2 was kind of where I really grew up.
Air Center, taxi south departure with Bravo.
So next left will be Charlie. Yeah, thanks for joining in, Brent. You got the last and best part of it. The beginning was just well, like the very early beginning was good. It was sunset. That was very nice. But then it was just dark and stressful. Charlie.
Striker 5, Yakima ground, runway 27, taxi Alpha, cross runway 22 at off.
There's the control tower, looks like.
27 via Alpha, cross runway 22 at Alpha.
This is a restricted area, apparently, according to the chart. Am I turning here? No, still straight ahead. Yeah, this is the closed runway that is filled up. You could see it lumbering in the shade here. Big airliners stored on the old runway. Come on, stay on the taxiway.
Roger.
Okay, so the ramp to the next to the left here, that should be the Regal Air ramp. Let's see what's going on here. Flight Center.
Yakima ground, Striker 5, looking to pick up flight following to the Reno Airport, Kilo Romeo November Oscar at 17,500 type Eurofighter Typhoon.
There's people here. Yeah, this is the Regal Air ramp. Not sure where I'm gonna park here.
Striker 5, departure frequency 123.8 and squawk 5770.
23.8 and 5770, Striker 5.
Bit scary coming into a big place like this in the middle of the night. According to the map, there should be fuel here, but
what was the aircraft type?
don't see anything. Is it a good spot for me?
Striker 5, say again, I couldn't hear you.
No.
Striker 5, reback is correct.
I'll slip it in next to this 150. No, there's no room for me here, I think. Well, yeah, I'll take it. The ramp marshals can pull my plane around if they want to. So, parking brake. And now I can squawk VFR. So I don't forget starting my next flight with a squawk still sitting there. I've done that mistake before. Letting the light come off, and of course the one of my favorite things in this plane is to listen to this engine. Now that's good sound. Ah, just music. Set it to idle. Let's see what happens if I take the carb heat off. Will it ice up and die? Yes, it actually did. That's actually my first time having that happen. It was really humid. The air is humid, and the plane was really ready to ice over. And that was actually my first time having the engine die from carb ice. But there you go. So now I have a good time starting the plane, I guess. Anyway, mixture lean, and off we go with this. Yeah, it's a good sound, isn't it? Probably not a very good thing to do, actually, to let the plane die with the avionics on, but anyway, let's hope I didn't fry any electronics here. Okay, master off, alternator off, nav lights, beacon off, and that goes off. The reason that there's so much light here is actually there's some ramp lights here that actually lights up the whole thing. I turn the fuel off, so all that is good. Window can come up.
Yakima Tower, Striker 5, holding short of 27, ready for departure.
Striker 5, Yakima Tower, runway 27.
Disconnect. And off with that. And walk around. Post-flight. Chocks. I'm not going to take the cover on. Chocks again. And here's the F button that I talked about. This flashlight. There's also, I've put this on R. So that's the red flashlight. Very useful. Chocks on. Tie downs. Coming on. Look at this modeling. With the rivets kind of sticking out of the plane. Tie downs. And pitot cover. And more tie downs. There they are. There we go. Slightly off, but could be worse. I've seen worse. Now this is a beautiful plane. And again, when you do fly your Oregon Bush Challenge, when you complete it, if you want, you can have this. Oregon Bush Challenge. if you feel that you deserve it. Or even if you don't. Now, this airfield is actually a very well modeled one. It's one of the Drzewiecki, I think that's how you more or less say it. Seattle airport package. So this one and Seattle, Tacoma, Renton, and Boeing Field, I think. This one is really impressive. So many details. Like this one. Just Cessna Pilot Center. And the tower, we cannot even see the top of it. Because it's, well, it's very dark. Maybe they closed. And this is the business end of this airport. You saw me taxiing by it previously. There's so much going on here. It's incredible. And then there's this segment here with all the Boeings. Isn't this crazy? Look at this. I mean, why would you go to this level of detail? I mean, it's actually kind of useless for most people flying through, but you know that it's here, so you can enjoy that fact. Just knowing that they actually modeled all of this. It's so cool. I almost want to fly 747 or something just to be able to fly and stop near here or depart from here. The level of detail is mind-boggling. But back in the day, in Flight Unlimited, I spent so much time on this little cute 16 left or 34 right runway, following this highway when it's bending and into final here. When airliners coming and going on the big one. Spending a lot of time in a pattern here in Flight Unlimited 3. Going around, up and down, up and down. And that was so long ago that actually just outside of the airport boundaries here is a tiny lake called Martel Lake, I think. It had an airport back in those days. It actually did have an airport there. But since that time, it has been paved over and turned into a park or something. So, yeah, that airport is completely gone. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching, even if you were just watching. And if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube or on Twitch video on demand, I hope you enjoyed this flight. And good night and good luck.